son. I'm late.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led by a former national champion at Alabama. It's A.J. McCarron.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it second down. Okay, we get a glance now at the starting lineup offensively for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Tyler Boyd out of Pitt, one of my favorite receivers in the 2016 draft. The only thing he didn't have, long speed. Really runs about the mid-4.5s, maybe a 4.6 guy, but smart, understands the passing game very well, and doesn't drop anything.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And right away, he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it, they do. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
So out come the Falcons now. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Here's Schaub. Keeps himself upright. Throwing right, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Let's go.
Now Schaub. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Returning it, John Ross. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
The starting defense for the Falcons.
Dontari Poe is, of course, a defensive tackle or nose tackle wherever they want to place him inside. He's strong, has a bounce to his game, but I love his leverage at the point of attack. Almost like a really good wrestler. Knows how to use his body, stay low, and that allows him to get upfield and make plays.
McCarron to throw on second down. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Tough spot for the offense, 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And now they'll throw it with McCarron. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a second.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And this one complete to Levine Toilolo. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The numbers for Coleman last week. 13 carries, 61 yards.
And as we discovered and talked with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. 3 yards left to grab here on 3rd down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. On third down, it's Coleman. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. A gain of 3, second down. Now it's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. To throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. The Falcons averaged 34 points a game last year, tops in the NFL with that powerful offense, and they're already looking for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. This is Coleman, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D-ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll set them back 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. They're going to look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Charles, that's an important 3rd down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And what a golden break here. This ball is going to be touchdown, but just outside of the red zone.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy that goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Working from the gun here, McCarron. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. One quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the gun, it's McCarron. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hill. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
So the defense forces a 3-and-out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on 1st down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long. Didn't get it again on another pass. Went 3rd and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward.
Now here's the Falcons defense getting set to go again. And a big reason they've got the lead here in the 1st half, some of these hits we're going to see here.
Almost like they're a group of superheroes, right? Something out of a comic book. Boom, pow, biff. They are really playing well and making things happen on their side of the ball.
Taking me back to my childhood a bit.
There you go. You had a collection, didn't you?
I did. On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now McCarron throwing on 2nd. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. McCarron on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
McCarron now on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Now the Bengals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now a handoff. Here's Hill. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Green.
Back to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. They'll set up to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Coleman. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
They'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Let's go. Blue landed.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it. When things have changed a little bit, they have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Shotgun snap for McCarron. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man win.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Andrew Billings in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. He'll drop to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Matt Bosher now, standing just outside his own goal line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record, we do not encourage that.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away.
Whoosh.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. Here's McCarron to throw. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Now McCarron. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Here's McCarron, and his throw is incomplete. McCarron again here on 2nd and 10. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Now here's McCarron on 3rd. And he's got some space here. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. McCarron now to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Dontari Poe able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Bengals trail right now, but with another half to play, there's time to turn it around. The Falcons have been the better team, though, and will try to maintain the lead in the second half. All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. Bengals with their opening drive. Run play here, and the ball comes out. He takes off and ends up picking up 36 yards on the play. Following the forced fumble, Hooker's going to make the catch in traffic, and it leads to a touchdown. The Falcons up now by 7. Now so late in the first half. Defense will get to the QB here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Still late stages of the second. Poe's going to get to the quarterback here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. So that's it for us at the EA Sports Studio. We'll go back now to Cincinnati for the start of the second half.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Evans, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Here's Schaub. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jordan Evans in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both first and second down.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be second down. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Now it's McCarron off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Shaw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
On 1st down, McCarron. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd down, here's McCarron. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. To throw, McCarron. His throw incomplete.
To
the air on second down. It's McCarron. A dump off now to Hill. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him at the 49. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a third down. The Bengals on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun here, McCarron. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Coleman now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive lineman won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. And that's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run.
And this one's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Ross on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Throwing the penalty, it's Hill. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
Well, that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
McCarron to throw on 2nd down. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down. And they'll go play action with McCarron. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 45.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Final minute now of the third quarter. Back to throw now on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it a second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Here we go now. Green.
Now back to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth.
Here we go now.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jordan Willis in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about the
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now McCarron throwing on second. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And the Bengals on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Here we go now. Green 30.
From the gun, it's McCarron. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here we go. Look at 56.
McCarron now on first down. And some room to maneuver. And avoids the contact by sliding. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Shotgun snap for McCarron. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dontari Poe in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing now is McCarron. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 15.
Now. 3-19.
Now McCarron. Underneath here to Hill. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his 1st drop, his 2nd drop of the game. Hard throw, incomplete. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
And McCarron will try again on 2nd. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Josh Malone. And it'll bring up 3rd down. McCarron from the gun on 3rd. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Now McCarron. He's got to have this one. And that is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But fourth down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on fourth down.
Here we go. Green, 39.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And some room to work. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a two tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the two tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see two tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Here's Coleman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing, and on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll drop the throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Play clock winding down. He'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the INT, it's McCarron throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. McCarron again here on 2nd and 10. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. To throw, it's McCarron. And this is going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. He'll look to throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll look to throw. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll be a gain of 9, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Back to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. To throw is McCarron. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. McCarron looks to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him out to the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that, but finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Falcons, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.